What up, Valentia? How you doing, player? Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. How you been, man? Oh boy. Oh, the lag is incredible. Oh, we're having the super lag. Yeah, it's unplayable. Oh. Okay, hopefully this round will be better. I should have paid attention to the... Oh yeah, it's unplayable. Okay, what's my best range move? Ugh, ugh. It's not the best. Yeah. Yeah, can't get close enough. Pterodactyl combo inspector. Oh, yeah. Very cool. Not the best. If this guy hits rematch, he wants to fight again. You are actually the worst kind of person. You are actually the worst kind of person. What's his netcode email? Bro, it's literally it's Swiss cheese, bro. It's Swiss cheese, bro. Alright. Note to self. Pay attention to the bars. Don't just ignore the bars like you normally do. Think I'm gonna start watching Time Ranger this weekend? Time Ranger! Time for you! Yeah, it's pretty important. It's pretty important information. A new challenger up here! Oh shit. Game dead? Dead game? Dead game? Anyway, how you guys doing? How you guys doing, chat? Cyberdyne, I know you're here to inspect my pterodactyl combos. Unfortunately, they don't exist. They don't exist, bro. They're not here yet. They've not downloaded yet. You know what the netcode's like. Sub chat and chat. You're done. You're done. You're done. How you doing, player? Hope you're doing well, man. Come on, man. No opponents? No one wants to smoke? Does no one want to smoke? Oh, okay, oh shit. What are you doing over here? Yo, YouTube guy. Oh shit. He wants the jams. He wants the jams. Like, I need the music. We've done it, boys. I've been trying to get this guy over to the Twitch team for years. How's the journey? Can't play today. I'm at work, but we can play tomorrow. Sounds good, man. I've been trying to get this guy over to the Twitch team for years, it feels like. He's finally over here. He needs the music. I mean, I do, but I ain't nowhere near your rank. What are you talking about? My rank, this rank is trash. If you just play enough games, you'll get up here. Like I say up here. You'll get down here. Just play enough games. You win more points than you lose in the lower ranks. You're fine. Don't worry about it. And I got matched up against an S rank. I'm F rank. So what? So what? Just play. You'll be fine. If you need, I can get on. Sure, why not? Get on, man. Twitch is damn near unwatchable, but yeah, rank ain't shit. Damn. I literally haven't touched ranked yet. Lol. Well, there you go. Shut up then. I'm sure you'd kick a bunch of ass. Who gives a shit? I'd play, but I'm at work. I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, this game is not... When you're in a game as small as this, you cannot give a fuck about rank. Like, it's not about that. It's not even really about win-loss. It's about, like, do you understand or not? My biggest frustration is less losing. It's more just, like, getting bamboozled. I don't get what's happening. But slowly, I'm learning. Remember to mute my mic? Oh, yeah. Lol. Alright, let's get on. So, game's dead. Ranked is dead. It was on for a week, and now it's gone? Damn. You hate to see it. Hang on. Change criteria. Forward. Wait a second. I'm gonna get cooked. Bro, about get cooked. I'm not practice for a week. Lol. How's your journey with DOA? Learn a ninja, chat. Fuck the ninjas. How's my journey? My journey's actually going well. I was watching... I haven't been able to play, but I've been watching a lot. And more importantly, I've been watching my own replays, which I always say is the most important. And after watching my own replays, I realized like so many of my mistakes and like my big bad habits. I learned a lot about from you and the way you play too. Like actually, you do a lot of super smart stuff that I don't appreciate in the moment because it's too fast. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta steal that. How do you do that? How do you do that? It's a lot of stuff. We can watch some replays later on today if you like. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Watching your replays is super important. Oh shit, I gotta steal that. How do you... I said it before and I'll say it again. There is no video you can watch on YouTube that is more useful for your learning than your own replays. That's true in Tekken and it's true here too. Let's go. You. No, but all sets together against one another. Oh, fuck. Unblockable? You cheating bitch. Sliding! Skull slider!
Get ready. Fight!
Skull slider! Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I deserve that. Let's go.
I haven't practiced this so
Can we share your J-pop playlist? It's just Spotify. It's just Spotify radio. I type in, there's a song called, there's a group called Omega Tribe, which I'm obsessed with. They're one of my favorite bands in the history of ever. And I just pick a random Omega Tribe song and say, make a radio playlist from this. So look up Omega Tribe and then you'll find it. I love them. Omega Tribe is so good. Oh yeah, Rachel too. Oh no, and they mentioned Rachel earlier already. I fucking love Omega Tribe.
I forgot. Oh my
Let's turn the music
god,
on.
bro.
Let's turn the music on. And it's not J-pop. It's oh yeah, it is J-pop. It is J-pop. It's 80s J-pop. City pop.
Oh my
Let's turn the music
god, bro.
Let's turn the music on. And it's not J-pop. It's oh yeah, it is J-pop.
無限転身の名に
City pop.
それじゃ Get ready Fight! やっ
But hopefully you guys noticed that I'm structuring my offense more clever. I literally had like a moment, an epiphany about one of the major things I keep doing wrong. Like I keep mashing things. I'm like, no, just do it in segments. I forgot all her moves, lol. Okay, always high guarding. Got it. I know what to do about that. Mid launcher. Let's go. Paying attention. Slowly paying attention. I've been learning. Nicodemus beat me so bad I learned some shit. You have to disable the launchers in the game. Now rerolls.
Get ready Fight!
Let's go. Surgical.
Get ready
Yes, that's the one. I have some songs with them. Yeah, I love me some Omega Tribe. Oh, little Lucky Chloe? Did they steal Lucky Chloe from fucking... Did they steal Lucky Chloe from this game? From... What is up there? Hello, Professor. What about you? I don't know about Professor. Oh, my... Oh, the ass in my face. Let's go. Thoughts on Tatsuya Mishita? One of my favorite artists ever. One of my favorite, honestly, no exaggeration. City pop might be my genre. Like it's, what's the song I'm thinking of? Right on Time. One of my favorite albums ever. Right on Time. Especially the album version, the ending. If you know, you know. Goofy. If you know, you know. One of my favorite albums of all time. Right on Time is so good. Mary, it's her voice is actually fucking. Mary's voice is so insane in Japanese. Yeah, it's obnoxious. City pop is generational. It's crazy. I have a friend who has the album on CD. I need it because it keeps getting deleted off YouTube and it's not on Spotify. Chad be kicking everyone's ass. I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that, Chief. No, about that, Chief. We're all a bunch of scrubs here. But I am learning to structure my offense well. I was feeling kind of flailing my arms around. I didn't really understand like the sort of the basic structure. But like I said, playing against, watching the replay of Nicodemus. Oh, more importantly, me against Nicodemus and understanding what I did wrong. I was like, oh, I get what's happening here. I see why I'm fucking up. He's making so many better decisions. I'm stunning him about as often as he's stunning me. But when he stuns me, he makes such better choices. And like converts a lot better. Whereas because I'm mashing the button, like for example, every time I have advantage, I would just do my highs. I do a quick jab because in my head I'm like, oh, it's my fastest button, or I would throw, which is a high. So him crouching or low guarding ended up getting under all my shit. So I was just dying. So I was like, okay, we need to do more mids. And when it comes to mids, my best mids are 6K, which is 13 frame, and it's a really good mid, but I never do it. Or 4 H plus K, which is even better. It's a 12 frame mid, but it's a get off me tool. I never use it, even when I'm thinking get off me, right? So I'm never using these tools. And then on top of that, you can mute me in the game chat. Can they hear you? I can't hear you. Now you're thinking like a DOA player? Yeah, exactly. I didn't understand it. I was just kind of flailing before. Like, oh, and I wasn't, how long will you be playing for? I may join the lobby. It's a 4-man lobby, so I don't know if there's room. But if you tell me you want to join, I will create a new lobby. For you, Adu, I'll create a new lobby. But you're in the US though. You don't know, Adu, you don't want to join our lobby. You're in the US. Don't forget that. We're EU. Don't come here. Don't come here. The network cannot support it. Don't come here, bro. Don't come here. Oh, by the way, listen, everyone, if you're Adu, can you quickly post a link to your channel in the YouTube so I can pass it to Twitch? Everyone, Adu is a YouTuber in his own regard, and he actually makes I think, better videos than me. He makes like really good, thoughtful videos. You gotta check him. You gotta check his shit out. Let me post the link. Post it in YouTube so I can post it on Twitch. It's really good shit. I will gladly show Adu shit. I should have done this last time. Oh shit, I forgot this game's netcode is terrible. I've been playing against Tricky. Yay! Tricky's learning too. I've been watching Tricky. Tricky's one of my favorite YouTubers because she's fun. Her learning process reminds me a lot of mine, but she's better at it. So it's fun watching fellow nerds try and learn this game. It's actually a lot of fun. So yeah, real quick, Adu, post the link to your latest video and I'll share it. Adu's really good. I'm not just saying that because they're a follower. Like Adu's actually really good. DOA had stage transitions before Tekken 6 too. Yeah, I buy that. Thanks for the kind word. No, it's honestly true. Your videos always make me smile. Really thoughtful. And you use big words. I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but as a former English teacher, when I hear black people using big words, I go, yeah. I go, yeah. Look at this articulate motherfucker. Yeah. And not dumb big words too, because sometimes people just use big words but there's no need for it. Like, actually, no, this motherfucker is choosing the optimal word for this sentence. I'm a fan of that. I'm a bit of a stickler for word choice. I'm like, that was the correct word there. Good for you. There's not a better word in the English language for that point in the sentence. Anyone who's US, I'll home in around 4 hours and play. Yeah, sounds good. I might make a bigger lobby and then have 2 separate rooms. 1 and 2 EU, 3 and 4 US. Bro, when I hear black folk using advanced vocabulary, it feels so good. It feels good. Only it's embarrassing. It shouldn't feel good. And it's not a racist thing. Obviously, if you're not black, I don't want you to feel it a certain way. It's just that if you've heard a lot of black people talk, you know damn well we ain't openly using the big word. And oftentimes, even when we can use the big words, oftentimes our peers will make us feel like, oh, you're showing off or you're trying to sound smart. You know what I mean? So, as someone who got told that a lot growing up, whenever I see another black nerd using advanced language, I go, yeah. I feel kinship, immediate kinship. I actually try to use my degree, use the big words I had to in college. There you go. Keep it going. So yeah, it's a big thing. You already know systemic issues are deep. I mean, it's people use the term systemic. This one is internal. It's internal. There's a lot of internal bullshit that I don't like. But this ain't what that channel's about. Point is, I'm a fan when I see it. I celebrate what I like rather than complain what I don't like. Now, take my turn back. That was bad. I shouldn't have done that third hit. Third hit's parryable, so I get it. All through primary school, I respect it. Your parents are doing the correct thing. I like your parents. I don't know who they are, but I like them. That is correct. Teaching you to take school seriously. It is not a holiday. I respect it. I respect it. Is DOA popular in Europe? I don't. It's never. No, it's less popular in Europe than it is in. There isn't. I don't think there is a EU scene. Not really. There are people who play it, of course, because of the internet. But I don't think we have a scene. You dirty bitch. I don't think we have a scene. Oh, the low crusher. What you know about that low crush? Oh, that's your stature kick? Alright, bet. You're plus. Hold on. Let's go. Alright. Oh, the delay. Mid. Mid. Oh, that was high. Mid. 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 Where you going? Mid. In console, only FGs are not that level like Tekken. Yeah. He's already saying we don't have a scene. Sound like a DOE 60. Yeah, we don't have a scene here in the EU. You know how it is. I do. As a long time EU DOA player, it's upsetting, you know. I'm glad that you Johnny Come Latelys are finally joining our scene, but you know, I'm glad you're here. You know, don't make me sound ungrateful. 80s J-pop, I fuck with it, of course, man. City pop, so it's at. So crazy. One random night, fucking YouTube decided to put fucking Plastic Love in all of our algorithms, and bro, it's one of the greatest quirks of YouTube ever. I owe that subroutine. I owe that subroutine everything. I've discovered literally at least maybe 4 of my favorite artists of all time thanks to that random glitch. I don't know why. I was like, Chad, I think we'll think you like this, and I'm like, I mean, I don't know why you thought that, but you're right. No, I like I'm heavy on anime shit. No, I like anime shit, but I didn't know about the 80s stuff. Like anime, I definitely had an anime pop song. Like I remember I had a big funkist phase thanks to Fairy Tail. But Chad is on US. Wait, you're in the US? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh, then maybe you should try it. I didn't know you were in the US. I know you were in the US. I didn't know that. I assumed you were one of us. Oh, then maybe you should try it. I assumed you were EU because the connection's fine. Oh shit, I didn't know that. You must got that high speed. Oh! I'm gonna keep up with this bitch. Yep.
Get ready. Fight!
Oh, you bitch. Also, City Hunter. Oh yeah, City Hunter. That's true. But I didn't watch City Hunter until recently. I think I watched City Hunter like last year. I saw they had a Netflix movie, live action Netflix movie, which is hilarious. And I was like, okay, I actually have to watch some of the anime. I'm back, baby. Happy Cube. How you doing, player? Hope you're The night shifts want two murderers.
負けるわけにはいきません。
Get ready. Fight.
I lost. Nah, I always damage. It's important not to get stunned. Oh! Why does I hit low? Footsies are everything. Yeah, don't get stunned. Don't get stunned. It's better not to push a button. Don't get stunned. I'd rather get thrown than push a button for a long time and get stunned. The auto push. Nice combo.
Get ready. Fight. 行きます。
We'll see at least 2 episodes. Yeah, at least 2 episodes. Hell sweep? You and the statue kids. That hole shook me out, I'm not gonna lie. That low shook me, I ain't gonna lie. That low shook me. I was like, what the fuck? He's got those? You ain't got those. Oh, he's in the vortex, bro. The mid. Anyone gonna try RE9? I'm not an RE guy, bro. I'm a puss. Ever since fucking Resident Evil 1 and the dog jumped out that window, never again, bro. I'm still shook. I was like 100 years ago and I'm still shook. 100 years ago and I'm still shook, bro. I'm still shook. Look at this snow guy. This looks like proper rock, paper, scissors and not just fucking button mashing flowchart. I'm sure there is button mashing flowchart, but I think I'm engaging in the I'm engaging in the rock, paper, scissors, yeah. I'm being more thoughtful about my thing, yeah. I am. Before I wasn't. I kinda had flowcharts, I'm gonna lie. Just pure fun. Nah, horror games are overrated. Not worth risking a heart condition. That's what it is. But don't get it twisted, I'm sure there's motherfuckers out here who are legit just flowcharting me. Certain horror games are more action than horror. Don't care. Franchises traumatizing me. I'm done. I'm not a horror game guy in general. That's not really how I get my rocks. That's how I get rocks off. Get fucked.
Get ready. Fight.
This Tamaki costume is really nice. I hate that throw animation though. It's such a shitty throw animation because it's a offensive hold. You're gonna see it a lot, so you'd think they'd come up with a cooler animation. Because she's gonna spam it a lot, which is fine. She's meant to spam it, but it's like if it's gonna be like SPD. If it's gonna be like SPD, you want it to look cool. The animation is buns, super buns. Especially given, like I said, how often she's going to have to use it. It's just so annoying, it's like, huh? Put it on the floor, ugh. I don't think horror games are even scary. I played through Dead Space 1 as a teen. Yeah, different people are different. I think horror movies or whatever, they don't scare me at all. But horror games, when I'm actually controlling it, I get shook, bro. I get shooketh. I get most shooketh. You're just slightly tilting you forward. Yeah, I know. It's just really annoying. And it's funny because the character she's based on, Aoi, she has some amazing animations. And they also have this weird gentleness about them, but they look cool. I mean, she sticks out her butt in the end, which is fine, but there's no throw. Exactly, she sticks her butt out, which, again, for this game's audience is great, but I'd like some throw in my throw. I'd like some throw in my throw animation, please. Look at this. See what I mean? There's more emphasis on the after effect than the actual move. This game, bro. Literally, because Tamaki is a hentai game character. Oh, she legit? Oh. That explains it. That explains it. There's literally more on just her putting her ass out than the actual throw. Kind of cringe. It's kind of cringe. There you go. Right in the back.
Get ready.
Yeah, Extreme Venus Vacation, yeah. I didn't know Extreme Venus Vacation was... Okay, no, it's not a hentai game. It's a beach game. I thought they were like weird Gooner games. I didn't think it was... Okay, dating sim? Okay, no, that's different. Okay, I never did. All my favorite games now have dating sims in them, and I don't know what that says about me as a person. Fucking Persona, I love Persona, low-key dating sim. Fucking Mass Effect, low-key dating sim. Oh, they're 100% all Gooner games. Yeah, no, but there's a difference between Gooner and hentai. There's a difference between like titillation and just porn. You know what I mean? Like there is actually a clear distinction. Face Day Night is my favorite franchise. There you go. You could take 4 men on in a fight, right? Yeah, the fucking Padme, Anakin in the fields. You mean in a fight, right? You mean in a fight, right? Hit it with the Bonnie Blue tech. Bonnie Blue hair. They're sure trying to blur that line though. That's true. That's true. They're trying to get as close as they can to that line. But there is a line. I'm like, alright, cool. Gooner games, it is what it is. Porn. Nice. Winner! Yeah, a little bit too, it'd be cool if she was actually funny. Yeah, Anakin AU shit, where he doesn't turn him, Padme a chill. That'd be pretty good. Pretty good. Right. Let me hit him with the Lamari Posta. Let me see if I can play this guy. Ahsoka babysitting the twins? Bro. I love the extended prequels. The actual prequel movies were buns, but like fucking Clone Wars and all that shit. That shit's so good. He's not fast. Why'd I get hit there? Good shit. Good choice.
Get ready. Fight.
Oh, deserve that. Nice.
Get ready. Fight.
What kind of key part is that? Oh!
Get ready. Fight.
What should I do as key power? That's not fast enough. I guess the other one. Yeah. Alright. Let's go! GG!
Winner.
計算通りね。まだやるつもり？
I feel, boys and girls, I feel like I'm finally playing DOA. I'm not just mashing. I had a similar moment and epiphany when I was playing VF, where I was just kind of like mashing my punch, and I realized, oh wait, I don't really have to do this. That's not really my go-to. My go-to should be my mid, or my go-to should be my, oh, I shouldn't have a go-to. Every time I want to take my turn back, I have to be careful of how I take my turn back, and I should take my turn back with a single button, and know what I'm going to do after the button before I push that button. Like I had a bunch of not playing this game for like 2 days. I gave me the time to actually think about the game, which is really weird. Good choice. Now I can be more patient. Got him. Ooh.
Get ready.
Got him. Got him.
Get ready. Fight.
Oh! Okay, still need to learn that shit. Wow. Just gotta win neutral. Just gotta win neutral. Just win neutral. Win neutral. Win neutral. Win neutral. Win neutral. Oh, you bitch! You were waiting. You were like, when he whiffs anything, I'm gonna kill. Oh, Kasumi don't whiff. I forget who I'm dealing with. Oh, you took 2 hits. You bitch. Wait till I learn that string. Alright. Sorry. Slide it. Oh, 2 hits. Oh, 2 hits! Oh! I know that move. Should punish it. Punish that with grab. Hold up. Yeah, I love Fate Cersei. Yeah, you talking about these games, I don't know. I'm feeling good in this game as well, but as you said with the previous stream, depresses me. I can only be godlike at Tekken or DOA. Yeah, you literally can't do both. You literally can't do both, Aju. You literally can't do both. Yeah, this game demands too much of you. And that's not a bad thing on the game's part, but that's the tragedy of 3D games in general, I feel like. Yeah, you can feel the roof of, if you want to get good at this game, you'd have to commit full time for a number of years. Like a number of years greater than one. Like you'd have to, because you need to become, not just know all the strings, but you need to become familiar enough with your strings that you can deal with them on reaction. It's like, no. Has Chad disabled outfit damage, or doesn't it work on custom outfits? I don't know, actually, good point.
これまでにないデータ期待し
リズムに乗りましょう。
Get ready Fight!
Got him. Ooh, challenge.
Get ready Fight! 言いたいですよ
What combo is connecting? Oh, combos.
Get ready Fight!
Stupid. You bitch. I'm screwed. Not over. Not over. Not when I got these offensive holds. It's over. Even with these offensive holds.
Get ready
Crouch. Okay, you know what? Fuck you. Got him. You're dead. Let's go.
これが勝利の方程式。
Yeah, they put all this effort into fucking hair bun damage technology, but they didn't want to put shit in. They didn't want to put the ability to rewind in their training mode. I'm telling you, these niggas' priorities are fucked up. That's another reason why I haven't leveled up, because I've only been able to watch like replays when I go back and watch my own gameplay. They know their audience, basically. Your Chinese dress, Chinese dress though? A cheap pal? Training mode shit's for nerds, huh? Yo, who do you think plays this game? Nerds play this game. They can do both. Why not both?
Get ready Fight!
DOA 5 was better in part because everyone had a G-string? Damn. Chicks and Gooners, I suppose. And Emery. Lol. Nah, DOA community. It's so funny because the impression I had of the DOA community is a bunch of Gooners. And I suppose that probably is. That makes up the majority of their like casual audience. And then you meet like their fucking... like their competitive team, and it's just a bunch of niggas who in another universe would have liked Tekken. Just like, oh damn, look at my Tekken players who played different Tekken. It's so funny. Yeah, I think the real problem with DOA is like DOA never had its Tekken 3. It never had its game that like broke the casual audience. I think that's in some way that's the real shame. So I feel like low key, everyone became a fighting game player when they were a kid. No, it did. They never capitalized. Oh, okay, okay. Closest thing you got was 5, maybe. DOA 2, man. But wasn't DOA 2 like, was that on PlayStation? I didn't play DOA 2. I didn't play DOA 2. I never played DOA 2. Act like half the Tekken isn't playable waifus and Guna customizations. Yeah, but it's different, Rezo. It's about ratio. People keep the fucking DOA apologists are like, oh, whatever. Cammy and Chun-Li are Guna. It's like, okay, look. First of all, Cammy and Chun-Li are hot as fuck, but the majority of the cast are like tough dudes. Tough dudes with some eye candy on the side. But when the eye candy becomes the main course, you know what I mean? There's a difference between like meal and dessert, and then like dessert is the meal. Like, let's not act like there's not a ratio issue. And on top of it, for me personally, the thing that makes me hella cringe, especially in this game, is like, I have no problem with sexualization, but it's the kiddie sexualization. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Nico makes me uncomfortable. Mary Rose makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, there's an aspect, and to be fair, I'm not a hypocrite. I felt the same way with, what's her name? Miarizo. Miarizo in Tekken 8 makes me feel really uncomfortable. Because it's like, she's clearly meant to look and, like, evoke child, but with breasts and scantily clad. And I'm like, that's an aspect of modern Japanese culture that I'm not down with, and I'd never have it. And I'm like, if you're going to be into that, I'm not going to shame you, but actually I am going to shame you a little bit, but only in the sense of like, keep that shit in private. Oh, it's me. Oh, fuck. I don't know the character.
Get ready. Fight.
I don't have many stage combos. Nice. Crush my mid.
Get ready. Fight.
Is that punishable? If I block that, is that punishable? I don't know. Nothing about her is intuitive. But you have to mute me? Never mind, it's fine. GG. Chad, you should use all the wall jump attack Lisa has. I mean, I'll use them when they seem appropriate. Marizo, voiced by a 14-year-old. It's yeah, a literal 14-year-old. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Mary Rose and Nico does not look like 18. From my trained eye, they look about 4. Yeah, but it's intentional, bro. It's intentional. That's the thing. It's like when they go like, oh, why is it this scantily clad child? Oh, Chad, you don't understand. Secretly, she's 400 years old. Like, no, I very much understand what you're doing there. I very much understand, and it's creepy as fuck. And again, if you want to enjoy that shit in private, go ahead. But like, keep it out the mainstream. I'll tell you that right now. Everyone is probably into some shit that they probably is a little bit weird. I'm not going to judge people what you're into. It makes me hella uncomfortable. Keep that shit in private. It's whack. It's super whack. And so there's a level to that I'm just like, I don't care if it's acceptable in your country. Maybe. Actually, I take it back. You can make what you want, and then here in the West, we can feel how we want to feel about it. How about that? And the way I feel about it is it's creepy as fuck. How about that? I'm not gonna tell other countries how to conduct their business, but I will tell them how I feel. It's cringe as fuck. And if you want to sell to me, maybe don't put that shit in the game. That's it. If you don't want to sell to me, that's fine. Do what you want. But it's cringe as fuck. It's super cringe. And like, I don't like using the term problematic, but like, it's one of those times where I'm like, nah, it's problematic. Like, really problematic.
Get ready. Fight.
And this is coming from someone who is low-key a shameless gooner. You know what I mean? I get it. I like titillation in my games. Let's be real. The majority of people who play these games are boys. And men and boys. But hand it to us. I get it. I get it. Make the girls hot. I get it. 100% get it. I wouldn't mind it not being in, yeah. Well, let's be real. Tekken in the same half the female characters have no. Yeah, it's different. But you're right, and I feel bad about that. I'm like, why don't we have some older women? Like that's true. But there's a difference between everyone in the cast being 25, and then women looking like, you know what I mean, like looking 15. Like there's a difference. But you are correct though. You are correct. It's like why isn't there a woman above the age of 25? Why isn't there a single woman above the age of 25? And even in this game, all the women who are clearly above the age of 25, their ages are unlisted. So, Helena's age is unlisted, I think. No, Rachel's age is unlisted, and Lisa's age is unlisted. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because you can't acknowledge that there are women above the age of 30 in Japan. You're not allowed to. I'm like, okay, well, like, you can have baddies. There are some 30-year-old baddies. There are some 40-year-old baddies. There's some 50-year-old baddies. Like we can have baddies of all ages. Kasumi and Ayane are 16 in DOA 1. Yeah, but they in this game they're all college students.
Get ready. Fight.
Fuck. Cool, that's not shown. Creepy. Creepy. Nice time. But Chad, she's 200-year-old space beast. Fuck off. Even as a joke, you piss me off. I've had arguments with so many like fucking nerdy friends like that. It's not creepy. I'm like, listen, it's creepy. And the thing is, you can tell. Here's the thing. Here's what's really. I'm not some fucking like super conservative Christian who's like making everything. You can have stories that tackle this theme. I forget what show it was, but there was a show with a vampire, and it was clearly the actress was clearly a child, and like they tried to like make a move on this guy, and he got super uncomfortable. It's like, no, you don't understand. I'm actually like 300 years old, and it's really difficult for me. I'm like, yes, but you look like a child. And I can't get over there. I'm like, you can tell stories that explore this. Or even in Star Trek Voyager, there was a character called Kes, who was like, obviously she looked like a woman, but she was like 14 years old because in her species they like evolve they grow really fast, and it was like a complex conversation about like age and what that means in different species. You can have that. I'm a sci-fi fantasy guy. We can do this, but like do it for real. Don't do it as a weird creepy child fetish. There's a difference. There's a clear difference. Bringing up my ex Chad. What ex? What? Who? Kes? My ex was named after that character. Well, Kes. Kes was great. I love Kes. They want the goon bait? Yeah, but like there's lines, bro. There's lines. Good goon bait is like hidden, bro. It's like low-key goon bait. Like Chun-Li became an icon in a cheap out. You know what I'm saying? She became an icon in a cheap out. You're lucky we can't VF sidestep. You'd have been dead. Vice is that bitch. Gonna whiff. I could feel it. I could feel it.
Get ready. Fight.
He's holding. He's beginning to believe. Now I have to do a level 2. Oh, the range, bro. He wasn't ready for it. Top kick. I mean, Young Chun didn't look 58. No, she didn't. But it's hard to say, obviously, 1990 whatever graphics. Like, okay. But, like, you got the sense she was young, but you got the sense, like, 20s young, not child young. But she could have been whatever. Yatta! Japan was never the same after 45. Lol. That's fucked up. Chun was an Interpol. She was an adult. Yeah, by the time we had, like, proper stories, yeah, she was an adult. But even Cammy, yeah, Cammy was shameless. Cammy was clearly, like, trying to recapitalize on the Chun-Li hotness. Like, she's hot. Legs out. I get it. You can do that. The issue isn't, like, it's about ratio. It's about who you're doing it to. Like, these things matter. These aren't trivial distinctions. These are meaningful. And DOA defenders will be like, oh, they're fighting against Abgunari. It's like, you know there's differences. You know there's differences. Like, Katana, all the ninjas in MK were, like, straight up Gunnery. We know this. Like, that's not a secret. But they were also, like, legit fierce warriors. No, none of them were, like, 14-year-old children. The wrong button.
Get ready. Fight.
Cammy looks like a 16-year-old. Now? Street Fighter 2? Looks like a 16-year-old? What are you talking about? Back in the day, you couldn't tell age of anyone. What are you talking about? I did not read Chad when I look at Cammy, ever. Even when I was a child. Good finish. Nice.
Get ready. Fight.
Let's get better at countering. I wasn't sure which way to go. I was like, mid or low. Good shit. Good shit. This Snow guy's good, but I could beat him. I could beat him. He's got the experience edge on me. I could beat this guy. Give me some time. I can beat him. New Ayane looks better though. I'll say that. Sure. Hey, why are we going? Yo, soundtrack. What are you doing? Come on, bro. This ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ballads. I'm looking for the bangers. I'm looking for the bangers. Let's go here.
Get ready. Fight.
That's what we're looking for. Nico's win poses? Yeah, they're definitely... Again, look, there's people into that shit. Look, you're into it, you're into it. Just keep it out of my fighting game. But, or don't. Keep it in the fighting games, but then don't act surprised when a lot of people are like, yeah, we're not done. Do what you want. Do what you want. You're alright. Do what you want. She clearly looks young, edging, but she doesn't look like a child, but they behave like one, which is fine for me. Even, yeah, but Honoko's like, even Honoko's borderline. I don't like Honoko at all. But you're right, proportionally, she clearly seems older. But like, yeah, she has the moe thing, so she's perhaps just annoying. Like, look at Chloe.
Get ready.
But again, Honoko's one of those ones, in a more diverse and well-rounded cast, you'd give Honoka the benefit of the doubt. But in this game, you go like, yeah, this is some more of that bullshit. I think she's cringe as fuck. All these women doing kawaii things. Yeah, they're doing kawaii things, they're doing moe things. That's fine. That's an aesthetic thing. But most fighting game players, not all, most fighting game players ain't got time for kawaii, moe shit. They don't. I remember I was having this conversation with Bernie, right? I'm a big fan of YA, right? Young adult fiction. Don't get twisted. Young adult fiction is a girl genre. It is for girls. It is for girls. It is made, the majority of writers are girls, majority of readers are girls, majority of protagonists are girls. It's a girl genre. I'm a guy, but it's a girl genre. Don't get twisted, right? And so when you're making a YA novel, you probably want your protagonist to be female. If not, you at least want you probably want there to be like an intense, like an interesting romance, maybe even a love triangle. Like there are certain tropes that the fans of the genre are looking for, right? And you can try and subvert it or change it up. But like, don't act surprised if that YA novel does worse than other YA novels, right? You know what I mean? In this instance, like, yeah, don't act surprised if it does worse than other YA novels, right? And in this instance, it's the same thing with fighting games. Right? And even though I say it's for girls, like, I'm a guy, you can like it. You don't have to be a girl to like it. Same way that fighting games are just for guys. Doesn't mean that girls can't like it. But let's get twisted. Don't get twisted. It's for guys. So you're going to pander to the interests of guys, specifically the guys in the fighting game genre. Guys, the tropes that guys like are, male rivalries, battles for power and striving in power, heroism, hot girls, obviously, cool dudes. Like, those are the things. And so you want the game to be that. So if you're like, nah, but we want a fighting game that's very moe, you can do that. Another great example is fucking them fighting herds. I hear them fighting herds, that's sort of the My Little Pony fighting game. I hear that mechanically, that game's awesome. That game's awesome. I have zero interest in ever trying that game. Ever. The aesthetic just does not do it. Doesn't. And for the people who does it for, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. I truly am. I have no interest in ever playing them fighting herds. I'm just not. I'm just not going to spend the hour. I'm just not. That's the power of an aesthetic. And a lot of people, while there's a lot of people like, I like the moe and kawaii stuff, there's a lot more people who are fans of the genre who go, not for me, bro. The funny thing is, once people actually played My Little Pony Fighting Out, the funny thing, the one actually played as I was there. No, I heard it was good. Honestly, I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good. I remember fucking King J had to lost the bet, so he had to play the game. And he was like, I hate that I'm here, but now that I'm here, the actual game's like solid. I've not heard anyone say that the gameplay of that game is bad. Not a single person.
Get ready.
Fighting herds was fighting in... Yeah, I heard. Was fighting is magic back in 20... There you go. Yeah, I hear mechanically that game's there. I hear. I don't care though. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, a fighting game is going to ask me to spend hundreds of hours perfecting techniques and stuff. And I want to enjoy the environment I'm in. And I just don't want the My Little Pony show. Imagine being like world champion of My Little Pony, bro. Imagine. Hasbro shut it down and then fighting Hasbro. Do men like these things, or have men been told to like these things and are socially ostracized if they don't do the correct gender performance? They like them. I've had these conversations before. It's like, oh, have they been conditioned by society? I'm like, I don't think men as a group or women as a group are like these passive participants in culture. I think there's a shared feedback loop, and I think if pressure is if there's ever a force exerting pressure on men to behave a certain way, it's usually because a large group of men and women have rewarded that and incentivized it, and then therefore mothers and sons have encouraged their sons to adopt those traits, which increases the pressure. There's a feedback loop, right? It's almost like economics, like market and demand. Like there's a feedback loop. Like I know it's a very crude analogy, but I often go that like visual and things like that don't bother me because I can't. Like yeah, for me, I often go like there'd be fewer arrogant men if women didn't sleep with arrogant men. And I know that's like putting the blame on women, but you can do the same thing for men too. Like there is a feedback loop that we don't want to acknowledge. But it matters. It's like when I was 13, my mom caught me holding the door open for a young lady. I got my tail tore up. Oh, not holding the door. Yeah, you get condition. Yeah, you get good condition. But it's because it's behavior that a lot of women like, and they expect to see their boys behaving. We do it to each other. Men put all this pressure on women. Women put all this pressure on men, and we resent each other for it. But it is what it is. The market wants what the market wants. So when academics start talking about like, well, society conditions this way, it's like, okay, but society's made up of people though. So it's important to consider where the demand is coming from, and be honest about it. Because if society puts pressure, if society's putting pressure people to be a certain way, it's because there's a demand of those types of people. Like for example, I hear a lot about fat acceptance. Oh, why we should be more accepting of fat people? Why is it the pressure to be a certain way? It's like yeah, because people tend to. Men and women prefer people of a certain weight and a certain build. And perhaps the ratio is better than we might be covered in the media. That's true. But it's clear that society has preferences. And refusing to acknowledge those preferences doesn't make it any easier. In fact, oftentimes you'll often hear people say things like, this is an example I used with some of my boys. Like they were like, they'll talk about like how, oh, I don't care what people think of me. I'm like, I'll be honest with you. Every time I hear someone say, I don't care what people think of me, I actually think less of them because it's not true. Of course you think what people care about. Of course you do. Of course you do. You're human. What people think about you literally determines your survival. If you are liked by the members of your tribe, your odds of surviving go up. If you are disliked by the people of your tribe, your odds of survival go down. So you have systems in your brain on a chemical level that are keeping track of where you stand on the social leaderboard. That's real. And so pretending to acknowledge it doesn't make you like this enlightened being. It means you're either an idiot because you aren't aware of this thing, or you're dishonest, right? Like that's the thing. And like, yes, there are things you should care about more than the immediate esteem of your peers. But even those things, it's hard to care about those things if society as a whole does. So even things like honor and duty and justice and these higher ideals, they're hard to maintain unless you have peers who also respect those things. We're just social creatures, bro. It is what it is. For good or ill. Hold on, I'll read that. I think Aju just posted a long comment, but it's too long for me to read while getting my ass beat. I'll read it in a second. Why did that not connect? Next time I keep getting hit. Oh, you're actually a whore? You're actually a whore? But it's fine. Because I did the low. But the mid. I know you're waiting for the mid. It is both genetic and social conditioning. I would argue that social conditioning is quite important though. The current psych theory is that 50% split between genetic factors in society. No, I totally get that. I totally get that. But my argument, oh fuck, my game crashed, guys. But my game crashed. But I would argue, like, again, this 50% genetic and society thing, I'm willing to buy that. But the problem, my game crashed, guys. But the reason why that division seems so weird is because, like, how much of it, you don't know where the line is, right? Like, because again, it's a feedback loop. A lot of our preferences come from genetics, which become socially enforced. And so we'll often attribute things to like social manipulation, where it's like, okay, maybe now the majority of the pressure is coming from social manipulation, but where did that originally come from? Oftentimes some sort of genetic preference. So it's like, so trying to find the line 50-50, 60-40 is kind of fruitless. Like, I prefer a far more just holistic look of like, okay, here's what it is. There is a pressure on you. Debating where the pressure comes from is like irrelevant. There's no trajectory. There's been so many ideas about what socially is not very obvious, not real, built on. But the reason I'm examining the sort of I'm examining the examiners here is because oftentimes there's this idea like it's socially constructed, therefore it can be ignored, or it's socially constructed, therefore we can choose to the power of like rational will to get past it. But like, it's not true. My favorite example of this, the first woman who ever introduced me to the concept of feminism was, well, I won't say her name, but like, she was a good friend of mine back in sixth form college, so which is the high school for the Americans. Like, it's what you do before you go to university. And I remember her telling me that she was like classic hardcore feminist, fucking the patriarchy, Simone de Beauvoir, second sex. Like, she was on that shit, right? First person I ever encountered like this, and we would have arguments, but they weren't that heated because I was relatively new. I hadn't thinking about these things, but I remember her telling me a real interesting confession. She said to me like, "Oh, you know, anything a man can do, a woman can do, blah 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 blah, all that stuff." But she said to me, "If I can be honest with you, we're having an honest chat. It's like I don't ever want to propose to someone. I want someone to propose to me." And I remember that being such an interesting confession because here she was saying that everything is socially constructed, and maybe it is, but at the same time, she was like, okay, but like, even if I know it's socially constructed, there are still things that I want. Like, I still want XYZ. I still want this. And even if I truly believe that it's socially constructed and I only want this because society has made me want it. Okay, but like, the effect is there. Like, so you still have to deal with it. You still have to fucking deal with it. In society, when people have disproportionate power, they can control what is desirable through the media, social control, etc. Ruling class decide something. But again, I don't buy this cleanly. I really don't. I think the idea that like, okay, there's this appointed group that decide what we all want. No, what I think happens is that society is made up of all of our voices count. And there are certain people's voices who count significantly more than ours, right? Every society is like pyramid shaped. There are people at the top who have way more influence. So yes, if the proletariat want X, but the elite class want Y, we'll get Y. Here's the thing though, if they keep producing Y and the proletariat aren't happy, the proletariat will rise up and force Y to change. Force the elite to change. Well, low-key, we're kind of seeing that all over, whether it's Trump. The elite class did not want Trump in power. I don't like Trump, but like, they did not want Trump in power. The elite class did not want Brexit, but Brexit happened. Like, my point is, the idea that the elite class have full control, they have more control, but they don't have full control. And this is the thing, like, so my point is that a lot of the time, intellectuals, us thinkers, have this tendency to like create, how do I put this? We like to create a class of people and say that the faults we have are out there. But it's like, I am of the opinion that we get the democratically elected leaders we deserve. We contribute to this, whether we want to or not. I'll give you a great example, right? This is in race. This is very controversial. I'm going to lose subscribers, right? So for years, I have always subscribed to the colorblind model of race relations, right? I'm a 90s kid, so it's like, hey, look, we have been racist in the past. We continue to be racist. We should try to reach a point where we don't care about race. And that was the mainstream position until about 2012. And it moved to a sort of race conscious. We all need to be very conscious of our race. And so the way you talk to someone needs to change to accommodate a bunch of things depending on the racial dynamics of the people we're talking to. And at the time, I was against this. I remember thinking, this is really problematic. This is actually extremely problematic, right? And it's going to lead to a backlash. And I was saying this in 2012, where it was unpopular. I'm like, it's actually really dangerous. Because I would often hear women say things about men that if a man had said, they'd lose their shit. And I'd hear black people say things about white people that if white people said about black people, they'd lose their shit. And the justification was, well, it's different because of the power, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, but everyone is more individual than they are groups. And I'm telling you, we can't keep doing this. Fast forward to today, and there is a legit white ethnic backlash. And I totally understand where it comes from. Because for years, you have a class of people who are in the numeric majority constantly being told of how they're bad or how they're evil and how they have to change the way they talk to people, blah, blah, blah. And they've been like, hang on, like, but why aren't our supposed brothers also being held to the same standard? Like, when you create separate standards, for whatever reason you justify it, historical imbalances, power imbalances, individuals, and that's where it always comes down to individuals, they are not going to be happy about it. They're not going to be happy about it. You cannot tell a group of people that their ancestors were evil and expect them not to lash out. You just can't. You just can't. I don't care if you think it's accurate. You actually just can't do that. You cannot tell a group of humans that their ancestors were evil and they must repent for the actions of their ancestors and expect them and that to just fly. You actually can't. Like, you actually just can't. Like, even if we privately agree that this is true, think about it politically. You can't do that. You imagine going to Nigeria and telling them that they are the descendants of the only reason that the tribes that won their pre-colonial wars won them because they're a bunch of savages who are better at killing their neighbors, which is true. Or like the Zulus. The Zulus are one of the largest, most successful tribes in Western Africa. Do you think they got there because their pottery was really good? They got there because they were better at killing and abusing their neighbors than everyone else. That's how they got there. That's how they fucking got there. But imagine going there to South Africa and being like, hey, your ancestors are fucking savages or whatever, and you must repent. It won't fly. It won't fly. It actually won't. And I remember my black peers would give me so much shit. Why are you defending the white man? Blah, blah, blah. No. I'm trying to bring a point where it's like, if we're going to move forward, we all have to be together as a team. We have to be together as a group, as a team. And like, that doesn't mean we ignore what happened in the past. You have to teach, you have to do a better job teaching it. But we cannot have this sense of like, this group may be spoken about in this way, and this other group may be spoken about in this other way, and we hold them to different standards, different account. That's super dangerous. It's super dangerous. At the end of my history of misogyny that exists and not personally offended because I'm a man, it's kind of like grow up and start being offended at history. I'm totally with you. If we're talking about historical fact, this happened, sure. But adieu. If I'm a working okay, so let me give you an example. I'm a working class black man who's trying to break into, for the longest time, I've been trying to break into television writing. It's really hard to break into the arts. Very hard to break into the arts, as you can imagine, right? And there will often be schemes and programs to help people of color, and now don't get me started on that term, but people of color get into the industry. And even with those schemes in place, it's really difficult. And so I'll often have to listen to women tell me about how much easier it is for men in the industry, men as a broad category. And but I, as a lived experience, I'm like, it's actually really hard for me. It's actually really, really hard for me. And I'm black, so I'm kind of in the middle. And I kind of go to myself, if I was a white man doing what I'm doing now, really struggling to break into the industry and hearing people talk about me in these terms, as if in the present day, I would be angry. I'd absolutely be angry. Like I genuinely be angry. I can totally see that situation. And again, we talk about empathy, but I think we don't want to have empathy for the groups that we have designated as the powers and the oppressors. Whereas I'm like, no, we have to think about what it's like to be a 14-year-old boy now. What it's like to be a 14-year-old boy now. What it's like to be a working class white man now. Right, we got Trump for a reason. Well, I say you got Trump for a reason. I'm telling you, and like on the left, I consider myself a lefty, but increasingly I'm disillusioned with our side because I'm like, strategically we're losing, and I'm like, we need to sort this out. In this case, you would understand intersectionality. You've been discriminated against for race and class, not with your gender. Sure. I totally get that. But the thing is, I am sometimes discriminated against because of my gender. This is the thing, right? Because I'm often talked about as well, you couldn't possibly understand this because you're a man, right? Or like there's this, in fact, in Britain, there was a high profile sexual assault case, and a sitting MP, a democratic elected person, advocated for curfews for men. Or for women-only carriages to be brought back on trains. And I remember thinking about, and this person is still in office now. I remember thinking to myself, hang on, imagine someone that did this, like, can we just get like whites-only trains? Or if we could get like if someone spoke in those terms, it would be like, it would be we would see it for the evil it is. But again, we've created a double standard. And like everyone knows it exists, but the only difference is some people say, well, the double standard is justified and it's just, and other people like me say the double standard is dangerous, right? And it seems clear to me that the double standard is dangerous side is winning because it's backfiring. And whatever progress is made on the gender front or the race front seems to be getting eroded by double standards because people are aware of it. And so just as once upon a time, they'd be like, well, sorry, you can't get this job because we don't have enough space for X group now. That's often happening to men and to women. And like, that's dangerous. And as someone who works in schools, I've watched over my career, watching boys perform worse and worse in schools, right? I'm watching this happen. So for example, we'll have conversations about why aren't there more, let's say, women in engineering? Valid question. Whereas I would ask, well, why are there more men in teaching, right? But this question isn't asked with the same level of scrutiny. And I would argue that really matters, right? And like this really, really matters. Again, I work with young boys specifically, and I'm seeing it happen in real time. And we're so caught up in historical injustices, which are real, which happened, which should be taught. We are so caught up with that we are creating this new situation with boys who are resentful of women now. And they have a right to be resentful of women because they are constantly being told that they are evil. They're constantly being told they're evil. And when I see this in boys, I kind of go, this is probably how white people feel. A lot of white people feel. A lot of white people constantly being lectured, constantly being talked about how they are the result of they are the cause of everyone's problem. I get it. I totally get it. I totally get the frustration and the unwillingness to acknowledge it, to empathetically acknowledge it. A lot of the time, people will be told, "You just don't get it. You just don't get." I'm like, that's dangerous. That double standard exists because women are sexually more. Solutions would be sex education teaching about consent. Not think sex is men are punished because the actions of other men. Sure. But like, there are a lot of black criminals too. Should I be held accountable for their actions? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we need to bring up like racial crime statistics? Like that's not how it works. Individuals need to be treated as individuals. When they offend, they should be seen as this is an offense of an individual rather than as a collective of a group. But grow up last kind of no, but you can't just say grow up because again, Aju, if the white majority said that to us, we'd get in our feelings. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Respectfully, Aju, your response is why Trump wins and will continue to win because you can't just be like, just grow up. You actually can't do that. You actually can't just dismiss the feelings and anxieties of millions of people as like, well, you're just not enlightened enough. You're not read enough. Just read some more Simone de Beauvoir, idiot. Fucking read some like fucking you know. Just read more Frederick Douglass or what's it why have I forgotten what my red is because they're two different situations but they're not. This is my point. They're not different situations. They're human situations. Okay, they are made different intellectually, right? But at the end of the day, why is racism bad? Let's get to the core. Why is sexism bad? It's not bad because of any individual race being hurt. They are bad because it is unfair for human beings to be treated differently due to actions that they can't control. That's why it's unfair. And so when it happens to a black person or a white person, it's irrelevant. Like, it happening is the issue. But I understand this is a popular idea, but the popular idea is usually wrong or not nuanced. I think the mainstream idea, it's changing now, but the mainstream idea has actually been the intersectional idea increasingly. And that's what the cultural backlash is on. This idea that actually different groups should be treated differently because of historical factors, rather than there being a common rule set applied to all people. That's really the sort of social political debate. And the intersectional movement has been in the ascendancy for the past couple of decades. And it primarily is what's being challenged now. So increasingly, it's what's being eroded. There are individual human interaction with background, like 10,000 years of prelude. Yeah, but I'm not 10,000 years old. That's the thing. But I'm not 10,000 years old. Like, that's the problem. You're 100% right. What happened in 100 years ago will affect what happened today. But that's like saying that if I murder someone, I say, well, Your Honor, it's not my fault. It's because the Roman Empire collapsed back in blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, but like, there are more immediate effects that we need to keep track of. Like, yes, we can tie this ribbon of this individual action or this individual choice to horrible things that happened 100,000 years, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. We can do that. We can do that forever. We are all tied causally to the Big Bang. I get that. But at a certain point, when you're assessing the actions or the words of an individual, it must be assessed on the case of the individual. And again, this is a philosophical, we're not going to settle this. People far smarter than us are having discussion all the time. But my point is, regardless of who's right, societies as a whole have to make a decision on how to move forward. And it seems clear that as a society, the West is rejecting the intersectional model after 20 years of trying it. And there's going to be a lot of pushback. It is what it is, all right? And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I actually know intersectional vision is the truth, is the way it needs to be. Okay. It's clearly losing in the marketplace of ideas. And so the individuals who advocate for that idea need to maybe try and find an enclave and go there and live their truth. Because I think different peoples have the right to decide their own destiny. Who are we? What do we stand for? Where's our philosophy? And so I think those who stand for a philosophy should fight for it. They should want it to happen, and they should advocate for it and educate others in it. But at the same time, you also have to recognize that you share the tribe with a bunch of other people, and they have collectively have the right to decide how they want to be. And I think the intersectional model, which I've always been doubtful of and suspicious of, is getting broken up. Well, the West has always liked colonization and racism, so what changed? I mean, you can say that. As someone who's lived in Asia, let me tell you, West, not that bad. West, not that bad. Not that bad. West, not that bad. West is not that bad. And someone who's lived in Asia, and actually briefly lived in Africa, I'd had Asian friends out there. Let me tell you something. West, racism, not that bad. Not that bad. Not that bad. But I hear it. I've had this conversation many times. And I feel like a lot of the times, I have friends who not only have only ever lived in like England or in the States, but they've only ever lived in the inner cities when they've been like the like ethnic majority or minority. Actually, no, majority. Because I for example, I was born in London, but I moved out to areas where like there's a bunch of white people, and I had these impressions about what people were like. I had this impression that white people were like really racist. And then I met them, and you live with them, and you realize they really don't give. The vast majority of them don't give a fuck about your race. They really don't. They really don't. And it was a really important experience. Like the vast majority genuinely don't give a fuck. Genuinely don't give a fuck. And if they judge you, it'll mostly. Oftentimes, people will judge you more about the way you pronounce the word water than the color of your skin. There's a cultural distinction a lot of the time that is often misattributed as racial. But that's a whole separate conversation. But I've seen it happen a lot. But yeah, we'll see what happens. The future has the right to choose how it's moving. Chad, I had the same experience when moving to southern USA. Yeah, you get a lot. But before moving, I was convinced that white people were just racist and they didn't like black people and blah, 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 blah. But like, yeah, the vast majority don't give a fuck. The vast majority don't give a fuck. Whoa. Trust me. You go to the evening, you go to a city like Bath and pronounce the word water as whoa. People will look at you funny. I missed the part that's about DOA. Yeah, scrub back. You're on YouTube. Scrub back. You'll see it, bro. You'll see it. I was scared as fuck. That's how to cook your chicken. 100%. All right. Let's do some combos. Why is my controller stuck? Oh, we're back. Lobbies. This is normal for these streams. To be fair, it is. There's usually a tangent at some point, especially when the game crashes. Let's go lobby match. Create. I'll keep the same rules as before. What up, Lillian? What are we doing? What is that? What? Oh, hello. Lol. Hello. Yoshi. Have I missed the part that's about, I missed that. Cook. What are you talking about? I could love anyone hot who'd be doing good cooking. I can't cook to save my life, I ain't gonna lie. I really can't. And I need to. Don't whiff. Don't whiff, Lei Fang. I said don't whiff. I'm lagging. My controller not working? Alright, I'm back. Hold it. Wait, my controls. What the fuck is happening? This shitty ass game, bro. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Chad is even smarter than I thought. What do you mean? I cook well. Even after we broke up, my ex and her sister always came around. You know. What happened to you? Control die?
Time up.
I win.
Get ready. Fight.
Indian, live in Norway, Norwegian Indian food. Can't make it. Damn. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yo, Kiyoshi, your controller stopped now? What happened? Did I break your controller? Are you moving? I am moving! You can't see? Your speech was quite intellectual. It's what I do. I think a lot. But a lot of people disagree with me. The thing is, I tend to hang out with very smart people, so I have these debates all the time. I've been having these debates for like a decade. I used to work at Huffington Post, right? So we have a lot of a lot of people. We have a lot of discussions about race, about gender, and blah, blah, blah. Really interesting conversations. And I'm not necessarily saying that I'm right, but what I do know is that my view is often not represented in intellectual conversations, but they're not represented but they are represented in the electorate. So for a good example, in the UK, I was convinced that Brexit was going to happen. I speak to actual people that live in the world. I'm like, yeah, but there are concerns that are not being addressed here. And constantly, a lot of the answer would be like, just get over it. They don't understand. Get over it. Get over yourself. And I'm like, that's not a sufficient answer in a democracy. You actually can't. That's actually not legit. That's actually not legitimate. And it's not as enlightened as one might think. But at the same time, they're not completely wrong either. Their concerns are often very accurate. I understand the promised land they're trying to reach. But I just think it's the wrong path. That's just my general view. And I'll fight for it, as they will fight. This is why we watch Chad. We're on the edge of our seats waiting for Chad to spit some facts and knowledge while we're sitting here, the bag of chips going, Some of you disagree. And that's valid too. You missed it. I had a conversation a bit ago with an ethno-nationalist. Not necessarily racist, but an ethno-nationalist. Just a few weeks ago. We're talking about actually the ethnic makeup of a country means a lot. And it does mean quite a lot, but I disagree with them about that a nation's identity should be tied into ethnicity. But I had a civil discussion with him because it's a valid position. I just think he's wrong. And there are some countries that do take that view. Like if you go to China, if you're not Han Chinese, you're not one of them. Like you're actually just not one of them. That's their view. Them as a people, they've low-key decided that to be the case, right? It's like, okay, you can do that. A group of people can decide that. But the question is, okay, do we in the UK want to do that? Does America want to do that? Does Canada want to do that? That's a valid question to have, right? So it's not that it's invalid. It's just that is that the way you want it to be?
Ready? Fight.
CK. What the fuck? Did you see what she rolled from? She is lucky Chloe. How do I deal with Cali roll?
Get ready. Fight.
I think I figured you out.
Get ready. Fight.
High crush. I whip. I whip. I whip.
Get ready. Fight!
Oh, I gotta learn to control. I can see. It's a very simple game plan. I need to learn to hold that mid kick that comes at the end of the string. You've ditched Helena? Yeah, I'm trying to focus on one character. I think switching characters a lot is limiting my ability to get better because I need to be able to do things without thinking. Know what I'm saying? I need to be able to do things without saying.
Get ready. Fight!
Need to do that. Stick to one character. Yeah. It's funny though because like this game usually is like it's so fast I have no idea what's happening, but now I can kind of know what's happening. Chad tried Zach and use his taunt. I'm not using the taunt. Character pisses me off so much. I'm not using Zach. Fuck Zach. Everything about Zach pisses me off. Zach is hella cringe. Ooh.
Get ready. Fight!
The only male characters. Oh shit. Your phone disconnected from the network? What is happening in our game, bro? What is happening? Zach in his alien suit is great. Yeah, but why does he only get an alien suit? Everyone's getting an alien suit. But yeah, I don't like Zach. That's cringe. Yeah, I don't know what happened. He disappeared. He's getting combo too hard. Oh, guys, I had an idea for a YouTube video. I was watching this boxing video. I was like, this would be a really great way to decide how to choose a character in a video game. I'll watch it with you. So apparently, I cannot DOA online because I got no connection, but I can still see the stream. I don't know. Maybe your Steam fucked up? I don't know what to tell you basically. On bar. Play one of the 3 men in DOA. Lol. I like Brad Wong, but I felt like learning Brad Wong would stop me from learning to actually play the game because he seems like very gimmick.
Get ready.
I think if I'm going to play characters, it's literally going to be Lisa and some Rachel maybe. And some Rachel. If I were to design this game's lobby system, I mean, this lobby system is designed, it's absolute trash. The fact that the lobby cannot migrate host is crazy. Well, sorry about that. I'm back now. Yeah, don't worry, man.
Get ready. Fight!
But this Mary Rose is actually like the perfect level of competition for me because they're kicking my ass, but I know I can beat them. I can see what they're doing. My brain's just a step too slow. DOA 5 has DOA 5 has host migration. Jesus Christ! Lost technology, huh? Lost technology. All right. I don't know if you're in either the chat, CKegs, but I like your style. I hate your character, but I like your style. Pretty much. Hey chat. Leron, react. How you doing? Leron. It's your boy Leron. I'm winning this one, chat. I'm winning this one. I'm going to my domain expansion, the laboratory. It's over. I'm pretty sure I've exited the room that I've hosted. Yeah, well, the room died shortly after. Incorrect. I did duck. How you voice? Okay. Gotta put that neutral. Seeing as my character's all about getting neutral. Good shit. Good shit.
Get ready. Fight.
Got it. I know how to beat that. Hold on.
Get ready.
So you in Tricky's chat? Yeah, I was in Tricky's chat. I was up at 4 a.m. I woke up at 4 a.m. randomly. Oh my god! That punch is so cute. It's a low crush. Nooch? Playing Nooch?
Get ready. Fight.
Oh, how did that go over? That was a mid. Ouch. Don't know the strings. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it now. Mid. Yep. Ouch every time. I see it now. I'm paying attention. Oh! Putting it together. Wait, no rollback? Confirmed? Did they confirm it? We're speculating. I've been watching gameplay. Nice. Thank you. Is this you? CK, is this you? Is this you? Playing that nooch? Playing that nooch? Steam fucked up. Fucked money over. Sorry, Goofy. Side B. Wait, no crossplay? Crossplay they've confirmed is not coming. They've confirmed crossplay is not coming. They've confirmed no crossplay. They've confirmed that. That's confirmed. But everyone's holding out hope for rollback. And I'm like, if there's no crossplay, there's no rollback. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's not coming. By the way, Chad, do you have the flows? I have it somewhere. but I wouldn't use it if I were you. I wrote that back when I didn't really have an understanding of the game. I feel like my understanding of the game has gone up at least 100% since I made that. Stay on the ground. Right. Join anything on PS? Yeah, I wish we could. Neutral. Oh. Oh! Sliding. Ooh! Pull out. Fast body!
Get ready. Fight!
Oh, there's 3 hits. I know this. Mid. Pull out. Yo, low key. This bun right here. This bun. This bun. Bro, I can't believe I wasn't spamming this bun. I was holding back. Put backwards to block. You may possibly get DOA 7 in 2027. 2027? LOL! Yo, you know that game's not coming out until the earliest March 2028. Man, fuck that Oki. Yeah, that Oki's fucked up. That Oki's fucked up. I loved it. Ever since I discovered it, I was like, it's a phase character. That Oki's fucked up. You wake up into Godbreak? Or if you stay on the ground, take the hit? I think the only way around that situation is to wake up and immediately hold strike. Hold punch. Hold punch. But if you do that and you're standing there holding, then of course, if I do an empty backflip into fucking hold, you're taking hella damage. But that's higher level. Oh, okay, well that might just be lag. That might be lag. Yeah, that might be lag. That's like you did the right thing then. You're not plugged after that. That's it. More players in PC? I don't know. I hear the connection is more stable though. That's why TNF did PC, despite the fact there's more players on console. I deserve that. My turn back. Nice. Good pressure. Good pressure.
Get ready. Fight!
Oh, you're plus. You're plus. You're plus. Yeah, Alan.
Get ready. Fight!
Close one. Close one.
Get ready. Fight!
think Leron is onto something. I think he's right. I think Toyota will rush the game out the door like they did this game. Yeah, 100%. 100%. They're going to shit this game out. They're going to shit this game out, bro. They're absolutely going to shit this game out. I think our best hope, here's my hope. My hope is that they planned to shit this game out, but they've seen how much of a surge has come into DOA and how many people have bought it in the past month. And they go, you know what? Actually, let's maybe delay the new DOA, or like, not DOA 7, but like, oh, you're talking about DOA 7, my bad. We're talking about DOA. Your game crashed again? I don't know, bro. It says waiting for everyone to return to the lobby. I'm guessing my game crashed. I want a good game, please. I think they'll do it for Ninja Gaiden 4. We'll see. I just don't think Koei Tecmo will give a fuck about DOA. The lobby got disbanded. All right, cool. Then the game's crashed. All right, bet. Anyway, so now's a good time. I want to show you a YouTube video, and then I'll show you a YouTube video, and then we're gonna go to our anime that I know fucking my boy's waiting for. Give me just a second. What was it? Bear with me. It's an important video. So if you're like me and you've struggled to find a main in fighting games, this might help you. Bear with me. So yeah, long story short, if you're like me and you've struggled to find a main in fighting games, this might help you. This video is actually about boxing and the various styles of boxing and how they're basically coming up with their own way of categorizing boxing to help you find your style. And what's interesting, even if you're not a boxer and you've never boxed before, watching this, you could probably get a sense of, okay, if I was a boxer, here's how I'd want to approach the sweet science of boxing, right? And it's a really good video. And while I was watching it, I was thinking, wow, this would be really good to help people choose their character in a fighting game, because the mechanics, ironically, are quite similar. But yeah, without further ado, let's get watching.
Hello, skillet boxers. You've probably heard of the main boxing styles before. The outboxer.
Oh wait, hang on. Music, lol.
Boxer, the swarmer, the counterpuncher, the slugger. The problem with these definitions is that they only encompass one aspect of a fighter. For example, Floyd is both an outboxer and a counterpuncher, while Maidana is both a swarmer and a slugger. Then you have other styles like the switch hitter or the boxer puncher. And you can end up with a fighter that is 4 different styles at once: outboxer, counterpuncher, switch hitter, and boxer puncher. So we have solved this problem by creating our own modern standard of boxing styles. And stay until the end, because we will show you which boxing style you have. And on top of it, we will give you boxers with a similar style and frame to yours, so you can study them and improve your game even more. To give an accurate description of a style, we identified 3 main areas that define a boxer: ring movement, punching style, attack dynamic. By establishing these 3 key areas, we will have our 8 different boxing styles. Let's break them down.
And before we go any further, I want to make it clear that this is, I think, thinking in these terms is, I know I'm preambling it, it's super useful. So when he explains the terms, what does he mean by ring movement, punching style, and attack dynamic? This is relevant in pretty much every fighting game I've ever played, right? So pay attention.
Ring movement. Ring movement determines if the boxer moves mostly forward or backward. Obviously, no boxer moves only in one direction, but this refers to what the boxer is more comfortable with, and whether he will push to move forward or allow the opponent to come in.
Right, so already you can probably see where I'm going with this, right? Different players play very differently. I know that, speaking about Tekken, I typically want you to whiff. If you've ever watched me play, one of my catchphrases is "don't whiff," right? I'll be like, "Don't whiff, don't whiff," because I'm actively backdashing, watching for you to whiff. I'll throw out a fake button because I want you to whiff, so I'm trying to make you miss, right? So, but I'm moving backwards, right? A lot of players in this game, of course, are constantly moving forwards, and arguably, not even arguably, fighting games have a tendency to reward one more than the other. It's obvious Tekken 7 perhaps rewarded the backdasher more, it's not necessarily rush down the footies, you'll get there, but it's like, it's where are you hoping to seize your advantage? Are you trying to force your will on your opponent and make this happen? Or are you trying to make your opponent kill themselves, right? And typically you do both, but you will, like he says, you will have a preference for what you're trying to do. And me, typically, I'm like, don't whiff. I'm backdashing. I want you to whiff and I'll kill you, right? That's what I want, right? That's what I want typically. But obviously in situations I can't do that. I have to go in, but it's about your preferences. So this is really important. Do you want to go in or do you want to go back? CKX was me. Sorry, game crash, no worries.
For those who usually move forward, we'll label them as pressure boxers. And for those who usually move backwards, we'll label them as outboxers. Punching style. Punching style determines if the boxer focuses on landing really precise and clean punches or on landing as much as possible. This refers to the punching style, not just single or combination punches. For example, a combination puncher can throw them in isolated, quick and sharp attacks, but he can also throw them in a constant swarming pace. Those who throw single isolated punches will be labelled as sniper punches, and those who focus on constant punching will be labelled as volume punches.
So again, you probably see why I was like, man, this is so relevant for fighting games, right? What is Hwoarang? Is Hwoarang a sniper boxer or a volume puncher? You know what I mean? Clearly volume. He wants to have a monopoly on button presses. And I can't stand volume punches. I can't stand stringsters, bro. In any fighting game, when everybody's going, spammer, exactly. It's a spammer. I hate it. I hate it in every fighting game. It's also why I hate anime games generally, because in anime games, you're just sitting down back in the corner, motherfuckers just doing animations in your face. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand it. So you can probably tell from the way I'm talking, I prefer sniper. I prefer to be like, I'm choosing my shots. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with either of them. You know, placing constant pressure on your opponent's guard is a valid playstyle. I'm just being a bitch. I just don't like it, right? But like, it's a valid playstyle and you will know what your playstyle is. Many of the best players out there are volume punches. But again, I think Tekken has historically often punished volume punches. It's often punished someone who is overzealous with their attacks. Tekken 8, however, has been like, hey, I want that to happen. And by the way, now that I know Nakatsu's a Hwoarang player, Tekken 8 makes way more sense. Just saying. Just saying. Because Tekken 7 seemed surgically made against Hwoarang's preferences, and Tekken 8 seems made for Hwoarang's preferences. Chip damage. Interesting addition there, eh? Interesting addition. Oh, I can see how a Hwoarang player would benefit from that shit. You ain't slick! Nakatsu, you ain't slick! I see you, bro. I see you. You ain't slick. But yeah, I digress. What's your style?
Dynamic. The last part determines if the boxer leads the action or waits to counter it. Again, the dynamics always change, but this refers to the fighter's preference, and if he is more comfortable leading the exchanges or waiting to catch the opponent.
To the body from Shakur.
Those who like to lead the action will be labelled as starter punchers, and those who like to react to the attacks will be labelled as counter punchers. With these three concepts, we can define a boxer's...
So already you can see where we're going with this. For me, I'm very much a counter puncher, which is why I like the characters that I do and I gravitate towards them, right? I liked Leo. I just picked Leo in Tekken 7. That was my first serious character. Now that I'm more knowledgeable, I'm picking characters just to try out. The ones I gravitate towards are evasive characters. Why? Because I want you to whiff and I want to kill you. All right? I want to be able to punish you for attacking me. So I like Xiaoyu. I like Feng Wei. I tried Asuka and she was okay, but like I moved away from Asuka in the end. But like, I want to kill you for trying to attack me. And I want characters to kill you for trying to attack me. Even if that means that my own attacks are relatively weak. All right? Counterpunching is my shit. Nothing makes me happier than watching you whiff over like my high crushing evasive move, knowing that you're about to die. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing makes me happier. Or just sidewalking while you're fucking whiffing something and I go, shouldn't press that button, kid. He was a great man. What a rotten way to die. Bang. Right? That's me. But that's what get my rocks off. Other people like, I have no interest in that shit. I want to get in your ass and destroy you. Pause. No pause. Right? And that's, again, valid. But I think everyone exists on this sort of triangle spectrum and they know what their styles are. And I think using this model can help you pick. Okay, once I know what my preference is, and by the way, in different games, you might prefer different things, right? Wild Deus Ex reference, bro. If you know, you know, right? But like, different games are different. So for example, in Street Fighter 6, I played Kimberly. I didn't know anything about Street Fighter, but Kimberly was just a black hip hop ninja. I'm like, she seems cool, so I played her, and she ended up being Rushdown and set play, and I ended up fucking loving it, right? Even though, despite the fact that I typically don't like Rushdown, and I actually learned to really love set play, which leads me to another topic. It's really good to play different games. Playing different games really broadens your knowledge on all the games, I find, because they encourage you to think more differently. But that's a separate video. But you might prefer different styles in different games, because again, different games will reward different types of things. Do you know what I mean? Trying to play a more passive style, like trying to be a sniper counter hitter, let's say, in Tekken 7, that's your game, right? Trying to play that style now in Tekken 8, it's not your game, right? But the opposite is true. If you want to be like a masher, I want to swarm my opponent, Tekken 7 was not your game. Tekken 8, though, is your game. So it changes, right? And again, I think this also helps explain why certain people have come to Tekken 8 and they've loved it, because Tekken 8 has now leaned into a style of play that they've always wanted. Whereas like people like me are like, oh, I came to Tekken 7 precisely because it sort of satisfied the way I wanted to play fighting games better than most of any other fighting game out there. And now it no longer does that. So it makes me question whether I'm a Tekken player anymore. And now made me go looking elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a different thing, right? If you spend 8 years doing a thing in a certain way and then they ask you to do something not only new but very different, you're going to feel a certain type of way about it. Either you like it more, in which case you're happy, or like me and a lot of people, you like it less, in which case you're not happy. But yeah, knowing your style and your preferences is hella fucking useful. And when I saw this video, I was like, bro, I got to show this with my fighting game community. I got to show it to them, because it's really useful way of thinking. Do I like to move in and start pressure, or do I like to hold back and like look for opportunities? What's your style, right? Do I want to have a monopoly on button presses? I want to take a bunch of pressing, or am I perfectly comfortable not pushing an action button? Always moving, but not pushing an action button. That's me. I'm very comfortable. My right hand doing nothing, and my left hand just using the control stick and just moving and looking for the opportunity. That's my preference. And in fact, the more I play DOA, the more I enjoy it, because when I was playing DOA to start off with, I was just mashing because I don't know any better. But I don't know if you've watched in my last bunch of matches, there are periods where I'm just waiting. Okay, I'll do the mid now. Okay, it's my turn to do the mid. I'm getting more and more comfortable. As I'm getting more and more comfortable and I'm less like panic pressing, I'm enjoying a lot more. I'm trying to pick my poison. And maybe Lisa won't be for me. Maybe I'll pick a different character now. Maybe Helena will be better for me overall. Maybe Hitomi will be better for me overall. Maybe Kokoro. But right now, more importantly, I'm developing a style. Like, okay, this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy backdashing and then killing people with 3K. So it's like, huh, whiff punish, got him. Whiff punish, got him. I throw out my whiff punish button, it missed. Okay, well, if I press 4-4, I do a backdash and I'm back in space. I'm like, ooh, feels good. That's the kind of DOA I want to play. But if I reach high level play and that doesn't exist, then I'll be like, okay, well, fuck it. Then either I don't want to play DOA anymore, or I'll play a character who fits it better. Get what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm yapping. Styles make fights. Styles make fighting games. I'm loving it. I love this video. Great video.
So let's go ahead.
I'll put a link in the. If I post it on YouTube, which I probably will, I'll leave a link in the description.
Outboxer, sniper, counterpuncher.
This is me. First one. Outboxer, sniper, counterpuncher. This is me.
This boxing style has great lateral footwork and knows how to change directions and use their legs to circle the opponent. They usually have quick feet and great balance. They feel comfortable simply moving around, and they don't panic when pressured.
People never get hit or considered boring, but Mayweather has time.
The way they see the fight is with clear attack moments.
Offense. Oh, that's a good!
They're always looking for the perfect shot to land clean.
No, totally relaxed.
And don't mind spending time without throwing.
This one is over the top.
That's why sometimes, to the casual fan, it can be a boring style to watch. But they are also some of the most skilled boxers.
Justin Wong. Why are you so lame, Justin Wong?
They usually let the opponent take the initiative and wait for their moment to attack. They usually fight in spurts. They thrive on their opponent's aggressiveness as they look to accurately counter them.
Bro, can we talk about Xiaoyu real quick? That's how we thrive on your aggressiveness. We thrive. Please try and hit me. I beg you, so I can smack you.
They make you chase with their footwork, wait for you to throw, and then catch you with a quick counter looking to put you down. We would make you chase us with our footwork if we could backdash, but unfortunately we can't. It's also less exhausting to fight, that's true.
Beautiful counter.
Outboxer, sniper, starter, puncher. Same as before, They have great footwork and especially great ring generalship. They use their footwork in an intelligent way, often feinting a lot and keeping the opponent at bay with the threat of an attack. Their attacks usually come out in singles and short sequences.
Uppercut did Innes. That's going to be his punch. No doubt.
And their jab is often their most important punch.
Low key, this is what fuck around's trying to do, right? This is why fuck around's trying to do. And he's really good at it, especially in the game with bad backdashing.
Round 2 begins with Lewis sticking the jab, sticking the jab, sticking the jab, sticking the jab.
They use it to keep you at bay and not let your offense get going, constantly breaking your rhythm.
Limited success so far. Jabbing clinic. Wow, snapping off a jab.
They like to be the ones to start the attack. Instead of countering, they prefer to not let you even get the chance to attack by breaking your rhythm. Whenever they are not the ones attacking, they usually will cut the opponent's momentum by clinching. They confuse you with their footwork and frustrate you with their jab, not letting you get close even for a second. Pressure sniper counterpuncher.
It's pretty much G-Con though.
Contrary to before,
Interesting.
this boxer feels most comfortable going forward. They usually have a great high guard, or are great at bobbing and weaving. In either case, they develop the skill of moving forward safely.
Hit him with the
They
Dempsey
want
roll.
the perfect shot. The shot that will put the opponent's lights out.
Long as 27.
They sometimes will move forward without throwing for long periods, as they want that perfect shot.
But to get off with a counter before he even gets his hand back. But then he lands a shot over the top right there as Polanco countering in between shots. Again,
One's
They
just
will use
Ippo,
either
yeah.
their guard to make their
Hajime no
opponents
Ippo,
open up
Dempsey
an
roll.
attack.
But it was named after a real boxer, Jack Dempsey, who actually genuinely, maybe not with the anime exaggeration and the jet sound effects, but yes, he was known for the Dempsey roll. The way he would weave in. Mike Tyson did it too.
Then catch them.
It's a real boxing technique.
66 Canelo.
Or in other cases, they will get under their opponent's attacks and use the momentum to counter. In either case, they are marching forward but looking for the opportunity to catch you off guard. These boxers move forward with confidence.
I want to match just by
And when you try to
jabbing.
back them up by throwing,
Yeah, I used
they
to
catch you.
box when I was younger. I wasn't very good. I really wasn't very good. I like boxing though. I like the science of boxing, but I didn't have it in me. It's just not my thing. I was a better wrestler though. As a teenager, I was actually a really good wrestler. I should have probably continued. But as a boxer, yeah, I was pretty bad. I'm embarrassed to admit that. I never wanted to admit it as a kid, but I'm old enough now to admit I was bad at boxing.
with a sharp counter.
Is a boxer but gets knocked down with a first left.
Pressure sniper starter puncher.
But I too appreciate the jab and the straight. But the thing is, I think temperamentally, I wanted to be an outside boxer. The problem is I don't have the reach to be an outside boxer. Which is a recipe for disaster. At a certain point, your genetics kind of have to determine the style you play. If I had Lennox Lewis's wingspan, then yeah, maybe being an outside boxer would have been great. I didn't really have that kind of wingspan. So, so I'm trying to be an outside boxer. Meanwhile, my opponent is able to get in at will. I'm like, well, shit. It's a bad time.
In this case, instead of pushing their opponents by covering up and getting under shots, they do it with their demeanor and lead hand. They usually have a long reach and use their lead hand to occupy space and push their opponent back. They often have heavy hands.
Oof.
And the threat of their power also makes opponents retreat.
Bang.
They look for big power shots.
Oh, big right hand.
They may use the lead hand to measure or put traffic, but their intention is to strike hard with their punches. They like to push the pace and be first, starting most of the attacks.
Round 12. There it is. Big right hand. And
They slowly but steadily keep pushing the opponent back, not so much with their footwork, but with their power punches. That's what backs the opponent up. These boxers intimidate their opponents one power shot at a time, making them slowly retreat until they have no escape.
a solid right and down.
And ideally, I think like the ideal fighting game, if such a thing was to exist, would allow all styles to exist. Would allow all styles. You don't want to put your finger too heavy on the scales, one or the other. Have a good night, Chad. Have a good night. In a bit, Shadow just in a bit, player.
Down goes Durant.
Thanks for joining.
Outboxer, volume starter puncher.
Ugh, the volume boxers. Ugh, how gauche.
This boxing style relies on really good cardio, as it applies constant movement around the ring
Back and
while
forth swing
punching.
isn't good enough. You want left, right
They
swing.
usually combine both their footwork and their punches in a synced and coordinated way. Many Soviet boxers can fit into this category. In this style, we are talking about boxers whose punching style consists of a constant pace throughout the fight. Their way of attacking is focused on hitting the opponent as much as possible. They will move around the ring while throwing their jab, always throwing without stopping. They will not allow the opponent any breathing room, targeting them constantly to make them reset again and again.
That he possesses good right hand from a...
This style of boxing is very energy draining, but very effective too. They will move around and pepper you while you try to get to them.
Yeah, scored with a right, but can't see how that can be much of...
Constantly tagging you without giving you the slightest opportunity to get your offense going.
Well, the point is double punches other than big hammers. That's not true. They're not true. There have been fast hand speed boxers who have done really well. Because you have to understand that boxing is also done on points. So sometimes if a puncher who has done a number of punches will often win simply because they have perceived to have done more damage. And I think it's generally better approved to, all things being equal, the one who sent the most punches will often be rewarded the best, assuming that at least a decent number of them land. 2 fists at the same time. Oh yeah, of course, boxing. You don't do 2 fists at the same time in boxing. In boxing.
Outboxer, volume counterpuncher.
But whether they are genuinely simultaneous or one very lightly after the other, the threat is the same. The idea is that you're putting someone in a position where they can't defend both, but it's hard to do because skilled boxers are skilled, right?
Same as before, this boxing style is very draining, as it requires constant movement of the feet and also a constant punching output. This type of boxer usually maintains a more snapping, less committed approach to punching during the bout. They often whip their punches and can throw them loosely from a low guard.
Martinez here. I mean, the irony is that he weighed in.
However, contrary to the previous style, they are looking to counter instead of starting the action.
Again, Paul, just a little short.
This constant volume of punches is mainly used to keep the opponents on the outside.
I don't think this style exists in a fighting game. Typically a high volume attacker is trying to hit you up close. Maybe zoning, maybe a zoner with like strong stubby normals would be this. Maybe because they're trying to pester you from long range and then make a counterattack. But I don't think, especially in 3D fighting games, I can't think of someone who's like has the speed of like Law, like Horang, but also isn't trying to get in. I can't think of that. It's an interesting thought.
But also to bait them into throwing. When they do, the low-key and constant way of punching suddenly changes to a fast and punishing counterattack.
Dalsim? But is Dalsim constantly throwing attacks at range? I don't know that he is. Yeah, I don't know that. In fact, you know what? I take it back. I know exactly who it is. It's Guile. That's what Guile's doing. It's what Guile's doing. Guile is throwing Sonic Boom after Sonic Boom so that you jump at him, and then when you jump, he'll flash kick you. It's Guile. Guile is constantly throwing Sonic Booms at you from the other side of the screen. All right, he's staying on the outside, throwing Sonic Booms at you from the other side of the screen, and when you jump at him, he goes flash kicker, and he resets it. I think it's actually Guile. Guile is like the prototypical. Now that I think about it, yeah, because he's constantly trying to threaten your guard, but he's not really threatening your guard to threaten your guard. He's threatening your guard to make you jump, so that when you jump, you get flash kicked. It's literally Guile. He wants the Sonic Booms are fake, like jabs. The Sonic Booms are there to set up the real hit, which is the flash kick.
But Harold, Sergio had bigger numbers.
They move around the ring tagging you.
Unity 2 Phonon constantly uses a whip for ranged attacks, but since it's a 2D anime game, yeah, she does use her whip. I don't know the speed. She's a character I want to play, but I don't know. Poison in Street Fighter is another one. She has ranged normals, but I don't necessarily know that she's trying to counter you. I think she's generally trying to just hit you. She's not interested in countering you. I don't think.
Again,
but yeah, I don't know the game
until
that
your
well either.
frustration drives you to attack recklessly, and that's when they catch you. Pressure volume starter puncher.
So pressure volume. So they want to go in, lots of attacks and starting. Yeah, this is like Horang.
They thrive by backing their opponents with constant pressure. They just know one way, and it's forward. While they pressure, they keep a constant pace. They are relentless in their punching, and oftentimes, these boxers carry some natural heavy hands. They are economical and constant with their offensive output.
Pulling him back. This is a good combination.
They don't let the opponents off the hook for even a second.
Pressure, pressure, pressure.
They like to start every exchange and break their opponents little by little. They suffocate you with pressure and punch you without stopping, breaking you down slowly but deadly.
Fucking hell, that was
Pressure
savage.
volume counterpunch.
Yo, that was actually really impressive. If you track his head movement, he is looking. These punches aren't random. I mean, it's never random with skilled boxers, but like if you watch the predatory nature of this assault, he is constantly tracking his head. He's not looking for anything other than the side of his head.
Pressure volume counterpuncher.
Fuck.
Same as the boxers before, they feel more comfortable going forward and pushing the pace.
What up, Evan?
They also like to punch in volume, keeping a consistent output throughout the whole fight. However, and this is the biggest difference, while they keep a constant punch output, they are really mindful of their defense and are actively looking for counter opportunities. In fact, their punch volume often acts as a way to bait their opponents into throwing, to then
low key. So obviously I said the style I want to play. I feel like in Tekken 8, this, because of the way I play, this is probably the way I need to play. And I found moderate success with this style. So for example, when I'm playing as Xiaoyu, a lot of the times I will go in and I will do a lot of, well, no, this is a video we're looking at. This is a video about different styles of boxing, and now you can use different styles of boxing to help you find your character in a fighting game. But what I was saying was that, oftentimes with Xiaoyu, I'll attack a guard, but I'm actually not trying to hit you. I'm genuinely not. I'm literally trying to hit you so that I could do one of my many moves that have lots of pushback. So I would do it. I want you to block so I can like backdash, you whiff, and then I kill you, right? So in a sense, I will throw out attacks and annoy you and pester you, but I'm literally just doing it so you attack. And I'm like, I found quite a decent bit of success. I'm currently like, I think I'm Tekken God Supreme with Xiaoyu. I haven't played that many games with Xiaoyu. But like, yeah, but I don't necessarily know that she's the best at it. I don't necessarily know that that's the style I want to play generally, but in Tekken 8, because you have to go in, not going in will get you killed, especially in certain matchups. You actually just can't be passive. Yeah, you just can't, right? And so I thought, okay, well, if I have to go in, let me go in just long enough to force you to whiff and then kill you. And I don't know if there's a character in the game who's better at that. But that is something I should look into if I'm going to keep playing Tekken 8, and it's going to stay this the way that it is. Like because I don't really want to put pressure on you. Like, hooray! I really just want to hit you with a big one. AK, you reckon? Oh, yeah, I should play some AK.
can counter effectively.
He's a two-time world champion.
Of Lomachenko bobbing and weaving underneath. The anticipation. Defense is all about anticipation. As Walters wins a proposed June 13th bout at Madison.
That was clean.
At the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
Oh, that was clean.
Wild title shot as he continues to be blitzed by the champ.
They push you back while constantly tagging you, but when you try
Miari
to turn
can play
the
that
momentum,
way. She's hella knocked
they
back
were
on key
waiting
moves.
to
Yeah,
receive
maybe.
you with a
I did actually enjoy a bit of Miarizo, which I hated because I'm like, ugh, she's a bit cringe. But yeah, but there are many countering styles, but I've never heard of that one. That sounds more like a game plan. Yeah, but the different characters tend to reward different game plans. You can play anyone as anyone. You can play King and never do a throw, right? You can play Kazuya and never do a hell sweep. But typically, characters will encourage a certain game plan, so that they're kind of intellect. I don't know what character kind of really encourages this game plan. Because the thing is with Xiaoyu is that game plan I described is okay, but she has famously stubby range. So it's a bit tricky. It's a bit of a compromise user style.
sharp counter. Find out your style.
But yeah, this is a great video. Who's this by? Who's this? Skillar Boxing. It's a really good video. But yeah, you gotta check it out. It's yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've always thought Miari was a pretty cool character. I think mechanically she seems really cool. I played friend of the channel, fucking buff guy, not buff guy. Lol, he would never play Miarizo. A Brit bruv plays Miarizo, and I played a bit of Miarizo to help him out. And I was like, oh, this character actually has some really good buttons. I just hate the way she looks, unfortunately, and that matters to me aesthetically. But mechanically, she's actually quite interesting, really interesting. Because she does have a very stick and move type style. It's not just like forced stance rush down, which you would think when she has all these weird stripper stance and random stances. She is stick and move, but she can pester you and then stick and move. So yeah, she seems interesting. But her attitude looks, yeah, her voice and everything. No disrespect to the voice actress. She's 14 years old and she sounds like a 14-year-old. So, you know, no hate. But yeah. Good shit. So yeah, hopefully that video was helpful. Hopefully when you're thinking about your characters and look at your own styles, look more at your style. If you go to a new game and you don't know which characters you want to play, just think about, okay, what do I look for? How do I want to hit people? I don't know how viable the keep out style is in DOA, I'll be honest, because I've been watching Lisa, who's meant to be a keep out character, and I think she kind of sucks. I think the ninjas can play legit keep out. I don't know that she can, and there aren't enough DOA players to watch high level of anyone, and Lisa seems very rare amongst the player base, so it's hard to find that character. But yeah, I'm enjoying at least at my lower level of DOA. I'm enjoying, instead of trying to mash in people's faces, just being like, no, I'm just gonna backdash. I'm gonna throw 3k out. If 3k whiffs, I'm gonna press back so I have a bunch of space and I can try again later. If it lands, I'm gonna go into my combo, one of 3 combos, and just fucking kill you. I like that. And to a lot of people, that's very boring. They want to go in and do shit. And that's styles makes fights, right? It's a common saying in boxing and combat sports. Styles makes fights. It's fun when two different fighters of different styles are trying to enforce their game plan on one another. One guy's trying to get in and swarm you, the other guy's trying to keep you out and snipe you from a distance. And watching that play out is fascinating. It's always fascinating. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, keep out and whiff punishment are my favorite parts. They are that for me too. They are for that for me too. And so watching those parts of the triangle kind of get withered out in favor of rushdown, fucking Horang players. Nakatsu, I'm onto you, bro. I'm onto you. Has been a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I'm yapping as usual. So now, I think it's time for me to say goodbye to the YouTube lot. It's been a great pleasure having you. I'm about to watch an anime we've been watching for a while called Kaiichi History's Strongest Disciple on Twitch. Can't watch it on YouTube because copyright stuff. So if you're down, come join me over there on Twitch. Links in the description. We're gonna watch. I think we're on episode 10 now. If not, I'll see you tomorrow playing some more DOA. Until then, peace. All right, cool.